All right, great afternoon, Clarksville community. My name is Rachel Koval. I'm going to be your Imagine Learning representative today, where I give you a very quick 5 to 10 minute overview of our week's topic. So just to let you guys know, this is the first of 4 weekly office hour meetings that I will be offering from 3 to 4 p.m. This will be every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday and Tuesday will focus on Imagine Language and Literacy. Wednesday and Thursday will focus on Imagine Math Suite products. Additionally, each week we'll give an overview and practice with a specific topic or facet of our programs. So this week, we're going to be focusing on usage. We know that before we can start to analyze data, before we can start to make action steps and plans for our students, we need them using the program. We need to gather that data, and we need enough usage, right, that we have a good batch of information to go off of and plan around. So today, what we're going to talk through are 4 main facets of usage. We're going to take a look at the Imagine Language and Literacy dashboard first and see some features that are going to be really excellent for those teachers that don't have a ton of time and need a quick snapshot of where their students are so that they can move them. The second thing we're going to look at is we're going to drill into the usage box on the dashboard page, and we're going to play around with some custom date ranges and talk about maybe some contests that teachers could create using those custom date ranges to motivate their students and make the entire process fun for everyone involved, teachers included. Then we're going to take a look at the end of year 30-hour goal. And particularly the little tab when we drill into usage that talks about end of year predictive usage. And finally, we're going to finish by talking about the blue question mark in the bottom left corner of the Imagine Language and Literacy screen, and how you can use that to better understand Imagine Language and Literacy and better understand your data and have a better experience overall. So let's dive in. All right. Thank you for your patience. I just wanted to get into my account. All right. Ooh, it jumped. All right. So here we are on my play dashboard, my demo dashboard. So you can see that I am logged into a 3rd grade class, and I'm on the main dashboard as though I have just logged in to Imagine Language and Literacy. Now, today we know the focus is all about usage, which we're going to drill into in this box right here in just a minute. But before we do that, I said the first thing we were going to look at was the batch of information that is so easily accessible from this page. So as we scroll, I want to remind teachers, I know that you guys learned about this during the getting started, but I want to remind teachers that if you scroll down past those first 3 boxes, you have an instantaneous, beautiful overview of your class's usage. So here we have the students this week, a snapshot. So here I have all my students, the number of lessons they've passed, the number of lessons they've completed, the total usage minutes, and then those minutes that they've been active on the Imagine Language and Literacy programs, what percentage of their weekly usage goal that is. So I know that in Clarksville right now, a lot of you guys are using 60 minutes a week. So doing 3 20-minute sessions. And some people are even pushing beyond for 90 minutes, which is even more incredible. But so let's say they're doing 48 minutes. This first student, Harlan, he's been active for 48 minutes, and that's 60% of his weekly goal. He's completed 4 lessons, but he's only passed half of his lessons. So that's really quickly lets me know, okay, Harlan's using a very decent amount. He's on track for his weekly usage goal, but he might be flying through his lessons a little bit quickly if he's passing only about half of them or achieving mastery in only about half of them. Or maybe I need to drill in a little bit more to him and see what he's struggling with within those lessons. And again, as I scroll down, this can be a really quick thing. One thing that I love to do as a teacher was I would actually assign a grade for if they achieved their weekly usage goal or not. And it is so simple because we use even colors, right, to show you the disparity of how much they've done and how much they have left to go. So really quickly, I can see on track, on track, on track. Wow, blowing out of the water. Jason Hansen is someone that I might want to positively reinforce and say, you're doing a phenomenal job with your usage this week. And you've passed 5 out of 5 lessons. I could shout him out in so many ways, right? To motivate him to continue and the other students to pick up the pace a little bit or to re-engage. Then as I continue scrolling with my eyes, I get to Test Kid has obviously done 0. Darnell Michaels and Jonah Mundell are very low. So I might want to see what's going on there, that they've only done 19 minutes this week. Or maybe it's something I can easily explain to myself as the educator. Oh, they were absent during rotations that week. So maybe there's a reason or maybe there's not. But that half second to figure it out as you're scrolling really helps you as an educator get the view of where your class is. Oh, and then I come down to another one. Eduardo Putman has 0 minutes. So he's someone where I'm going to want to talk to him, check in, see what's going on. Is there problem accessing it, understanding it? Should I reach out to Eduardo's parents and help them possibly with the great parent family resources we have? Maybe there's a disconnect there. Because again, we know that until they're using the program with fidelity, it's really hard for us to have that valid, reliable data to then put the teacher element and make sure that we get them, meet them where they're at and grow them. So we need to get the usage first, right? Okay, and again, I have Kathy down here. Perfect. So this gives me a really beautiful overview of where my class is. And again, beyond looking at just the blue line of percentage weekly goal, I also really like to quickly scan the lessons completed, lessons passed. So as I highlighted Harlan, he's only getting 50% of mastery in the lessons he's completed. Whereas we had our superstar, where is he? Our 5 out of 5. Oh, well, here we have Mitchell had 4 out of 4. That's another superstar. Up here he is, Jason Hansen, 5 out of 5. So I'm looking at these, I'm very quickly able to do the math, right, and figure out about how well they're doing on the lessons they're completing. So that's the first thing for usage. And again, that can take you only, I would say, 1 or 2 minutes to really glance down and get a comprehensive idea of where your class is at that week. If you don't have a ton of time, that's a beautiful option. If you have a bit more time, I said we were going to drill into our usage. So here's our usage box. Let's go ahead and click on it. We remember anything that turns blue when you put the mouse over it, that's a hyperlink, and that means we can drill down more. And anytime we want to go back, we can follow these breadcrumbs at the top and go back. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. I'll go back to my 3rd grade class. Here I am again, and I can go back into usage, drill down. So now I'm on the usage page. I can see by week and predicted end of year. I said we were going to talk about that next. Let's just focus on the by week. So the most important thing is that I'm structuring my time period to be what I want to look at. So if I was a teacher, something really cool I could do would be to set bi-monthly, monthly, or even quarterly goals for my class, right? I could say anyone that reaches up to, let's see, 100% of their usage goal for 4 weeks in a row, they're going to get to do shoes off, socks up on the desk during independent reading time the following week, the whole week, maybe something like that, right? It doesn't cost any money. It's a fun, silly incentive. And it's something that every kid is capable of because it's usage time. So let me look. So let's say the last week, let's look at the last 4 weeks, because I said a possible contest would be a month long, right? And then this is all my 21 active students. Perfect. And I can see, so for the last month, the last 4 weeks, this is what my students' usage has been. Average weekly usage, current weekly goal, and average percentage of current weekly goal. So that's all there for me to break down. So again, let's say that mine was you have to get over 4 hours in the next 4 weeks. Well, really quickly, I can see Harlan did it. You get the prize or the incentive, whatever it was, right? Janice, done. Mandy, less than half of our goal. Mandy's someone I might want to check in with. Then I have students like Alfonso. Alfonso had 3 hours and 34 minutes. He was so close. I can show him that to motivate him for next time. I can also drill into the specific student. So let's look at Mitchell Leggett. So here is just Mitchell Leggett in the last 4 weeks. What I love again is I can see, so he was pretty steady. I'm looking at 36 minutes, 45% of his goal. Then he jumped up to 53, 19, and then 100% down here. So I'm seeing that he really picked it up, maybe because he wanted to really get his incentive. And I can see it broken down by week here. I can also change it, like I said, right? We can look at the year to date. And we can see, yep, right around October 7th. So maybe that was when the school was kicking off use of the program, or we started using it during our rotations in class. That's when it picked up use. And we see it really spiked here around the beginning of December. Obviously, right here, we have our Christmas break, right? No one was logging on, no teachers, no students, enjoying family and Christmas chicken and everything good, right? Then we start to pick it back up as we get back into school. We have another spike over here. Maybe that was during a contest time or a push before the TCAP. So we can really see, again, a great graph of the usage, see how consistent or inconsistent that student was. This is also a wonderful thing to show parents during any kind of one-on-one meeting, or this is even something great to bring into an S team, right? To either, again, reinforce the positive use or to suggest more use. So let's go back. So far we have looked, so again, I'm going to follow it back all the way back to the beginning of the dashboard. Go back to my 3rd grade class. Awesome. So now we've looked at the main snapshot of the dashboard on this homepage, right? When you log in, we've drilled into usage to look at different time periods. Now I'm coming back to show you how I would drill in again if I wanted to look at the end of year prediction, predicted end of year use. So when I get into and drill down into my usage, we've been playing in the bye week. Let's play in the predicted end of year. So we suggest that for best outcome and maximum growth, students do 30 hours or more over the course of an entire school year. So when I click into the predicted end of year, again, I can look at time periods. I could look at year to date. I can see that Harlan has used for 22 hours and 57 minutes so far year to date. His average weekly usage is a little less than 40 minutes. So his predicted end of year usage, if he continues on with this average, would be 34 hours and 46 minutes. So a little bit, a little bit beyond our recommended 30 hours. So you go, Harlan, great job. You go, boy. Janice also. And then I see people that are a little bit under, Mandy and Jason, significantly under Alfonso. His average weekly use is only 18 minutes. And you can see how I'm going down quickly, and I'm able to see how much they've done year to date and what their average is and what this means as far as where the program thinks they will be at the end of the year if they maintain the same pace. Now, this is a really great North Star. I keep saying that number 30 because it really is a magic number. If you can get kids to have 30 hours on our Imagine Language and Literacy programs, it is proven in our research that that will create the growth in the students. So that's a really wonderful thing to look at. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys in our mini lesson today. And that is the bottom left-hand question mark. So we have seen these many times, right? I remember as someone who grew up on the original Microsoft Word processing system. Remember that paperclip used to pop up and say, "How can I help you?" This is kind of our version of the friendly Microsoft Word paperclip, but even better. So I'm going to click on it and show you. When you click on it, it's essentially a help button, right? So you can find out announcements of what's new. So I know a lot of you used in Clarksville, got used to using the program significantly and feel pretty comfortable with it from last year and over the summer. Now you can find out new features because we are always trying to streamline it and make it more user-friendly for you guys. In the Help Center, you can search for articles on specific questions. So if you know you want to find out more about something on the usage page or the growth page or the portfolio, you can go there. Or you could just contact someone in general from customer care. Let's take a look. I love the live chat. So I could live chat someone 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that's Mountain Time. I could call someone within that same range, or I could email them. Or if I don't really have the time to sit online and be synchronously communicating, I can submit a help ticket. So those are all options for you. And see down here, we even have that chat button. So I can say, "Hi, I am demoing how easy it is to get help on IL for teachers in wonderful Clarksville County." Perfect. And I even see my place in line. I'm number 1. Huh, Brooke joined the chat. So hopefully she will write back and say, "Awesome." Oh, she's typing. "Thank you for contacting Imagine Learning Customer Care. My name is Brooke, and I'm looking forward to working with you." Perfect. So Brooke, you can see if I had an issue, Brooke is right there and she's ready to synchronously communicate and solve the problem with me right now. And she's asking me what my role is. So she's going to ask those brief foundational questions to make sure that she's helping me the best she can. All right. So what we've done today, I'm going to go back to our PowerPoint. Yep. What we've done today, just to pinpoint it one more time, we've looked at the Imagine Language and Literacy general dashboard. We looked at some custom date ranges and talked about how you could use those to motivate your students and perhaps do a really fun contest in your class. We talked about that end of year 30-hour goal and how to look and drill into the usage and see if they're on track, off track, above track, and how to goal set around that. And finally, we looked at the blue question mark. So I hope you guys all learned a little something or got a little bit of a refresher from this. Now, we have 40 more minutes left in our Imagine Learning office hours. I am going to stop the recording so that we can send this out to anyone who wants a bite-sized lesson in usage for Imagine Language and Literacy, but I will stay on for the next 40 minutes so that we can talk about questions, anything that comes up, or we could dive into your specific class usage. Thank you, everyone.